Welcome back to the Roundtable on the IH Sports Network, live from El Rey. I'm Ben Garrett. He's Kevin Akers. He's Rick Keaton, and he is Scott High Lady Highlander basketball coach Jake Wright. Coach Wright, as you get ready for your third year at the helm and your third year as a high school coach, I'm going to let Rick handle the technical questions, or most of them anyway, but you've got a pretty good team as you get ready to enter year three, and you got a team that a lot of people, myself included, think could potentially challenge for a district championship. Today was the first day. How excited were you to get started?
I was ecstatic. It's the first time I got a team that's somewhat older. They're not all freshmen and sophomores anymore. And, day one's always exciting. I don't think we had a very good day of practice. But, for me, it's finally here. I've been waiting for this day for a long time, and I'm excited for the group I got. All 24 of them I'm extremely excited about. This freshman group is the most fun group I've ever been around coming in. So it's been a good time.
Coach, we've talked many times through the football season.
Oh, yes,
You've
sir.
been an assistant football coach, so I get to sit around with you and job about that. But you've got a couple of things a lot of coaches wish that they had to start the season. A, you got some experience.
Yes, sir.
Always welcome to have experience. You just mentioned freshmen, but when I think about your team, I start thinking about the guard position.
Yes, sir.
Because it seems like you've got a multitude of players, which gives you a multitude of options.
Yes, sir.
To start each and every game with.
Absolutely. I noted down right here. I have 9 kids that have started a game for us. 6 of them are guards. Something we've been tooling with and moving around with. Me and my staff, we've looked at how many different combinations we can go to start a game, how many combinations we can go throughout a game. At one point, we're the biggest lineup I think we'll see all year, and sometimes we're small and quick and can fly around. And then we got a really athletic group with a Brittany, a Zoe, Brianna, and just long, lanky, and each group is exciting for me. And I think something you'll see, especially early on in the year, is each game is a different lineup to come out, because we're just going to keep tooling with it and just trying to find the right group for us. The issue we have is everybody else plays guards. So it's 5 guards out there. So what we've had to do with our bigs is our bigs have had to learn to guard the guard position. They've had to learn to play at a faster pace, and I think they've taken that challenge this summer and they've went with it, and they've done a much better job. This summer the only healthy big I had was Rachel Garrett, and she played about every second this summer. And I think she played so much she was ready for a break, ready to get to soccer. But we got 4 bigs I think can play like guards now, and at the point position where we can go so many different ways. At the 2 guard, 3 guard, everything can just be a little bit different, which is exciting for me. Offensively, it allows us to get up the floor more, which is something we worked on this summer at times. Just kind of really getting it up there, getting a good push, getting into our transition. As a coach, my philosophy is I really don't want to call a play every time down the court.
Right.
I want my players to play, and them trying to learn that transition. Our bigs just running down the court trying to beat other bigs down. When it all comes down to it, our players being better than their players, and that and I think we're finally starting to inch our way to that goal, which is exciting for me. I think we're finally going to start to see a brand of basketball that I enjoy. And I know that the fans enjoy to watch. It's a lot less me out there. It's more of them just being them, which is exciting for me.
Well, it has to be exciting. You look at the ones returning, and finally that you can, I think, have enough players there, enough experience there, that you can do it both ways. Pressure on defense, pressure on offense. Get the tempo that you want on both sides of the court.
Yes, sir. I mean, there's lineups on the offensive side that we can get the ball out off the rim and go 94 feet, all 5 of them. And, defensively, you're going to see a lot of different things for us this year. We're going to jump a lot out of different stuff. Being a Coach Aiden disciple, I've learned to jump and all that. And, that's stuff we're going to add. And, with us jumping with Brittany and Zoe and stuff like that, that's a big lineup, that long arms, long legs that are running at you. Can kind of throw you for a loop, and I'm not worried about leaking any secrets tonight. We're going to be who we are, and we're going defensively. We're going to continue our trend. I thought last year defensively we were phenomenal, especially just sitting back in the zone most of the time, which absolutely drove me insane, but it was what we were best at.
I think you had to figure that out 2 years ago.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I had to suck it up 2 years ago, and we won some games we shouldn't have because of me sucking it up and us getting in that zone. But this summer we spent the majority of the time in matchup man, whether it was pretty or not, and just kind of pushed through the growing pains. I wasn't worried about winning games. I was worried about trying to get better. And something I saw this summer, which was very odd to me, was the amount of teams that stayed in the zone the entire summer camps. We went up to the University of the Cumberlands to get them, get college eyes on our girls. And the entire time it felt like everybody was in a packed in 2-3 or 3-2, and for me, I wanted to get better this summer. So we refused to do it. I only did it when we were extremely tired, game 4 of the day or something like that. But the rest of the time we were matched up, learning to get better and better. And, I'm excited for this group.
I don't say this in a bad or malicious way, but pretty much when you look at a basketball team, if they're playing a lot of zone, basically they're not good at man-to-man.
Well,
and that's sort of a fallback defense.
At times you think that, but like when I was in high school, my teams were so long that for us it just made sense to go a little 1-3-1 zone or something like that with Coach Yaden and my dad, showing us the ropes on that. But for us to take the next step, and that's what I've been preaching to our kids, is we have to keep progressing the expectations of our program. We have to get back to when the Lady Highlanders were at their peak in the 90s, competing for district championships and region championships every year. And for us, it's matching up man-to-man. It's going out throughout the year, just being able to lock people down, make people uncomfortable for 32 minutes, and really getting after them.
Let's recognize your seniors this year.
Yes, sir.
You've got the list. I'll let you.
Yes, sir. For us, this is the first time I've had more than 2 seniors, which is, it's bittersweet for me, but it's been a lovely group to be around. Annaline Woodward, she's coming off a knee injury, playing her best game against Sunbright at Oneida last year in the Christmas tournament, and tears her knee up. I think she had 16 in the first half, something like that. And having her back, she brings a little meanness to us, which I like and I enjoy. She'll do anything you ask of her. Offensively, she's going to be tough-nosed. She's going to finish inside. She can shoot the 3 ball. So I'm excited for her. Brianna Jeffers is somebody her game has stepped up so much, this summer. We didn't have her in the camps because of a knee issue, but she finished AAU at the end of the summer and progressed her game mightily. And she's such a long body. She can finish inside. She affects shots, whether she gets a hand on it or not. She makes a lot of people really think twice about shooting it, and she runs the floor at best out of any big we got. She can gallop like a deer, and it's something for her. If she understands that, she can get layup after layup after layup, but she just runs the floor, which I'm excited for her. Jalen Young is going to be a hard-nosed point guard for us. She's going to get into people defensively. She's going to attack the paint. She's going to finish strong. She's improved her free throw shooting, which is exciting because she's the most fouled kid we had last year because she draws contact. For us, she just sets the defensive tone and does a phenomenal job at really pushing the pace on them, making them uncomfortable. Riley Price. Lord have mercy, I can't talk enough about Riley Price. Riley Price's game has stepped up phenomenal. 2 years ago, I saw a glimpse of it. Last year, I think we finally got to see a better package of it. She had a phenomenal game at Cosby last year. She came in at the end of the first half, hit 3 or 4 straight buckets, and for me, it gave us an advantage, and I didn't want to put her back in the second half because I wanted her to end on 4 for 4. I wanted her to have that confidence going from that point on in the season, to have that confidence to understand, and I can play. And she took it and she ran with it and finished the year extremely strong for us. And, this summer she started every game for us. She's kind of a hybrid. She can play the big or the guard, shoots the 3 ball extremely well, has improved her defense, and she's the best, slasher backdoor girl we got. So she gets easy buckets across the board, which I'm excited for. Caitlin Butts, she's a 3-sport athlete at her school. She gives everything she's gotten. She's shooting the ball a lot better, which I'm excited about. Defensively, she's understanding it a little bit more, and she's starting to she's starting to be able to progress it and get into people, which excites me. Because everything for us starts with the defensive end. And then we got Zoe Terry. Best athlete on the court, no matter who we play, and she is a basketball player. Some people have, she's just a good athlete, yada, 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 and she's a good basketball player. I'm excited for her. She's grown into her own. The other day, we're scrimmaging, and, she drains a 3 to end it. That's something that she's progressed and grown up with, and has really done a phenomenal job. And then we got Sydney Blaker, who's going to be our first year playing for us. She's a transfer from Oneida. She's a phenomenal kid, and she keeps improving every day. I'm excited for her. I'm excited to see where she's at the end of the year, because she's a tall body, and she gives everything she has every day, and I'm excited for her.
Indeed. Quickly, we'll ask this: a lot of people think that your Lady Highlander team, can be numero uno in the district this year.
Yes, sir. For us, it's about understanding expectations. When I first got here, we had none. Compete, play hard, which drove me insane. That's not an expectation.
Right.
So by year 3, expectations of us finishing first, playing for first, not just in the district, but in a really, really good region, is exciting for me. And it should be exciting for our girls that these expectations are put upon us to go carry the torch. And for us, we want to be that torch bearer for Scott High School.
Right.
We want to be the top dog. We want people to understand that we set the standard for everybody else. And our girls are really accepting it, and I'm excited, for all of them. I got, Zoe Price, Rachel Garrett, Melanie Spradlin, Gracie Lewis, Julie Lawson, Autumn Brummett, Brittany Morrow, Hannah Yancey, Connor Hudson, Kinley Frog, Morgan Hooks, Hope Duncan, Keely Goodman, Carly Branscombe, Jada Newport, Ariel Hudson, and Alyssa Hicks, that are all working their tails off every day to get better. And all 24 of my girls have done a phenomenal job so far. And I'm excited for the future of our program, and I'm excited for the future of our school. I think Scott High is going in the right direction in a lot of ways. And, for us, we want to represent our communities well. For us in football, we saw every middle school in our county play, all 6 of them, and we were excited to watch them all and see the kids we're going to get and see the kids that, we're going to coach eventually. And for the same way for us on the basketball side, I'm going to be at every middle school that I can be this year, just showing our support for these schools and these young kids, and trying to show them as a team we're setting the example for the standard of our county. And, something I've taken from Coach Aiden and my dad and, Don Rikoski at Bryan College and all the above, we want to be the last team playing. Whether it be in the county, in the state, wherever it may be, we want to be the last team playing. And that's the standard that a lot of people have put on us, and we're excited for it. We're ready to take the mantle and compete every day. It's not always going to be pretty, but we're going to really enjoy it.
Our audience, I think they can see the excitement in your voice as you're talking about the thing.
Yeah.
I must say that every time we talk, outside of interviews and stuff like that, in the field house and stuff like that, you have this same excitement. Your eyes get bigger, the smile gets broader, and you are very excited about talking about your team this year.
I have the best job in the world. I get paid to coach girls basketball. It's always been a dream, since I was little, going to Coach Woods' camp at Mississippi State or going to VMI. I've always had the dream, to coach at the college level, and I got to experience that for about 6 years, and it was a time of my life. But coaching the Lady Highlanders the last 3 years has been the most amazing experience of my life. Having, my mom being able to come back, my dad being able to come back, having all the Lady Highlanders from every team being able to come back and sign our sign in our locker room, really having them come back to their roots has been just an amazing experience for me, and I'm excited for the future.
Can't wait.
Yes, sir.
I just can't wait.
Coach Wright, let me ask you this, and I think you've already answered this question, but I asked Coach Jacob King this last week on the United Boys side, so I want to ask you too. If the season started today, do you know who your starting five would be you would put on the floor?
No.
Okay.
No. I got so many to pick from, which is a good thing. We can just go so many different ways. Small, big, lanky, Well,
you kind of had answered that already. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
So you just got through naming you've talked about your seniors, and you just named the rest of your players. Talk about some of those kids, underclassmen, that will factor into your rotation. You can talk about as many or as few as you want.
For us, I think, Julie Lawson, who was a staple in the starting lineup last year, is always going to bring her A game. She shoots the ball extremely well. She's a sneaky good defender. Gracie Lewis is somebody that took a real step this summer. She's a tiny frame but long arms, and she defends with ferocity. I mean, she might be the best shot blocker we got on our team at 5'2", and it's because of her will and her passion and her want to on that end, and her offensive game has improved vastly. Rachel Garrett, and I told her I'd say this for her, when Rachel Garrett's healthy, she can provide a lot for us, the way she shoots the ball, the way she rebounds, the way she can defend. Zoe Price, the way she can fly around. Zoe Price might be the best defender we have when she's not fouling. When she's locked in and she's ready to go, she's the best defender we got on the floor. And I'm hoping and praying she understands that and is ready to really step up her game and be the lockdown defender we need her to be. Autumn Brummett's improved. Brittany has continued to progress her game tremendously in all facets. Her offensive game's coming nicely. Defensively, she's gonna get after you. She's gonna be tough as nails. Hannah Yancey is a new girl we got that's coming this year. She's a big body. She's progressing every day, working hard to get better, and she seems like she loves it. Connor Hudson, I think, is going to surprise a lot of people this year. The way she can offensively play, she can stretch the floor as a 5. Defensively, she's tough as nails, so I'm excited for her. Kinley Frog is a kid that I think, when she decides she wants to, can be a really good basketball player, and I think she's decided she wants to because she's worked her tail off the last couple weeks. Morgan Hooks is a young lady that just works religiously, and it's as a coach, you love to see it, and you wish more kids had it. I think she lives down there in Hamby Lane next to Coach Hamby, and Coach Hamby always tells me he hears her dribbling up and down the road, and that's why we play the sport. This sport has been so good to me, and it's going to be so good to her because of how hard she loves it and how hard she works at it. Hope Duncan is a young freshman that I think is going to grow into a nice player. She's going to continue to work. I need her to be a little more assertive, and I think that will come with age. Keely Goodman is the most energetic young lady I've ever seen, and it is the most amazing thing in practice because she's the best trash talker we got. She's the best energy person, the best hype woman we got. And, for me, it's exciting because she brings that great energy to practice, and it just bleeds on to everybody else. Carly Branscombe is going to be a phenomenal point guard for us. She understands her role. She knows that she's got to keep working to grow it. Her issue is she's stuck behind three point guards that have played a lot of good ball. But the thing for her is she's excited to take them on every day, and that's what's going to make her better and better. Jada Newport, she's a lefty shooter. She's long, she's lengthy. I think she can be a good defender by the end of it, and I think she will. Ariel Hunson is a big body that has natural ability to score the ball on the offensive end. Sometimes it just goes up and it goes in somehow, and I love it because some kids just have it, but she's a worker. Alyssa Hicks has come in and worked her tail off and has grown tremendously since the first day, and I think the future's bright for her. Melanie Spradlin, our junior, who's coming off a knee injury, I think once she gets fully back, she's going to fly around and defend and stuff like that. So I'm excited for my group, and, for me, I want to talk about all of them because they all deserve it. They're a phenomenal group, and I know I've taken a lot of your time, but they deserve it, every single one of them, and I'm proud of this group tremendously, and I think they're going to keep working. But once again, Rachel Garrett, get healthy.
We got plenty of time, by the way. But I want to put you on the spot.
Okay.
I know you want to talk about all your players.
Okay.
But I also know you can't play 24 players in a game.
Absolutely.
How many do you think that you apply? Like, would you say your rotation? Do you want a broad rotation, or do you want to try to kind of condense it down as the season goes on?
Well, I think it's something that could change. Every day's an audition. Every day's, an open tryout to try to get into that rotation. At times I like to go 10 deep. At times I like to cut it down to 8 or 7. Just depends on how we play. There may be a lot of games where we're going up and down the court so much I need 10 or 12 bodies. But for me, the first year I dressed everybody we had on varsity. I put everybody in the body. Last year I think I had 16 or 17. This year we're going to only dress 15. And I think that comes with a different standard. As our program grows, it should be a luxury to be in those 15 varsity jerseys. And, but the good thing is every week those kids are going to compete for all 15 of them. That's what they got to understand, and that's what the community has to understand is every day they're going to compete. They're going to healthy compete. They're going to love each other. They're going to be for each other, but they're going to compete against each other. They're going to try to grow. They're going to try to learn, how to become better players. And all 15 spots are going to be open every week, and they're going to learn to fight.
Last question. We'll let you get out of here. Last year, you got a big win over Halls in the regular season. Now, they got you in the district, which, the way they were shooting that night, They would have gotten just about anybody.
Absolutely.
The team that was in your way last year was Clinton. They had a fantastic point guard, Miss Basketball finalist in Sarah Burton. She's gone. They lost another good player who's at Maryville College, whose name I don't recall. But the point is, Clinton lost a lot.
Yes, sir.
Everybody lost a little bit. Clinton lost a lot. Where do you see – everybody, I think, would say that Halls is the team to beat. Would you agree with that assessment? And what do you offer to Halls that can get you past them this year?
Going back to the tournament, that's when we needed to be able to match up man-to-man. And we just weren't physically able at that time. Mentally or physically, we could not match up. The way they were shooting the ball, we could not reach their limitations. So for us, it was this summer and every practice till game one for us, it's about learning to match up. And I think that changes everything for our district, our region, is when that team that they're so used to sitting back in that 3-2 or that 2-3 comes out and matches you, and all of our girls are right on their girls' hips, with maybe a little handful of jersey, pulling on them, tugging on them, pushing on them a little bit.
That doesn't happen.
But for us, it starts on the defensive end, being able to set a tone, matching up. And Halls is a phenomenal team. They shoot the ball well. They're tough. Their guard plays really good. For us, though, it's just going out there and matching their physicality, being able to go toe-to-toe with them. When they throw a haymaker, we got to be able to take it and throw one right back. And, Clinton's going to be good. Clinton's going to reload. They're going to find their kids. They're going to come after us. All three teams are very well coached in our district. AC is going to be really good. I think they're going to take a step up. So I'm excited. I think our district-wise, we play in one of the toughest districts around, and region-wise, we definitely play in one of the toughest regions. With Northview, Seymour, Gibbs, Carter on the other side. Carter's got a new coach who's a friend of mine, and he's going to do a phenomenal job there. And Northview and Seymour are going to be the top dogs. And Gibbs is continued to improve in my 3 years I've been here. So I'm expecting them to take another jump. So for me, it's going to be to learn how to compete every night in our district and our region, and I'm excited for it. Our schedule's loaded. We're going everywhere and anywhere. First game's at Coalfield on the 15th. Who got a new transfer in. That is a phenomenal young lady and an even better player, and we're excited to take that challenge on. And it starts there, and we just got to keep pushing.
All right. Coach Jake Wright.
Thank you all.
Good luck on the season ahead.
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll take another
2
break.
weeks away.
Yes, sir.
When we come back, our Black Cat legend of the game right after this.